Well, I'm out today on the mountain bike, the Trek Excalibur 9. I'm off today to look for another place to ride because, as I've said before, the thing I like most about cycling is I can do it from home. So I don't want to have to put the bike in the car and go to a mountain bike trail. I want to find things that I can ride to. But there's a problem. Since getting this bike, I've actually found it quite hard to ride. So I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the extra weight of the bike or the different riding position or the fact that I try and ride it like a gravel bike, whereas most mountain bikers seem to go a bit slower than me, so I sort of wear myself out quite quickly. And if I do a 20-mile ride on this, I feel like I've had a proper workout. I mean, don't get me wrong, compared to most people, I'm not a fast rider at all. On my gravel bikes, I average, depending on where I go and so on, I average between 13 and 15 miles an hour on a normal ride. Whereas on this bike, I struggle to average 10. I'm not saying I regret my decision to get the bike, because it works for what I got it for. And that's when my wife and I go riding together. And there are some nice trails around here. And boy, it's a lot of effort to get there. But when you're going down that trail, and it's narrow and it's bumpy and it's twisty and you're carrying good speed, wow, is that fun. Wow, this is properly overgrown. I don't even know if I'm on a proper trail. This is probably the path I should have been on. And when you do make it through a difficult trail, there's a huge sense of achievement as well. I don't know if that looked very difficult on the camera, but it was. Since getting the bike, I've made one or two modifications. First thing I did was change the tyres. And I know it's a bit of a waste, but the main reason was wanting to go tubeless. And the tyres that came with the bike weren't tubeless. I took the opportunity to get a little bit of a faster rolling tyre as well. So I put Vittoria Mezcals on. And all the reviews said that they're nice tyres, but you can't ride them in the mud. Well, after putting them on, I went out, and it had rained the night before, and I hadn't realised, because of course we've had so much rain over the winter, the ground is waterlogged. So under the trees it was just a mud bath. but they performed fine. I got through. I had a bit of a problem getting them set up though. I'm not very good at taping rims. So when they wouldn't hold there, I just assumed it was my rubbish taping that had caused the problem. And it turns out the valves weren't compatible with the rims. Oh, I think that's as far as I'm going to go on that one. Looks a little bit steep for me. And it's not just fitness that I'm concerned about, it's my level of experience trying to get up hills on a very narrow and bumpy trail. Let's just turn this camera around so you get a view of the sea. Because that's one of the things I love about living where I do, is being able to ride to the sea. And the other modification I've done is I put a dropper seat post in. Because this is a 2021 model. And the dropper came standard in 2022. So I looked at the specs of the 2022 bike and found that it had a Trans-X dropper. And because the 2022 bike has got a dropper, I was able to establish that there is internal cable routing for it. And then I found one on Wiggle for the princely sum of 40 quid. So I got it. And why wouldn't you? At that price. Some soft sand over here, so perhaps we'll try that one. So being able to ride to places like this, it does really make it worthwhile, even though, as I said, I find it a bit of a workout. And that really is the joy of cycling. Going places you wouldn't normally go. Seeing things you wouldn't otherwise have seen. So the dropper post has been a real bonus because, I don't know, for some reason I feel fine on a road bike or a gravel bike. But on this bike, when I got the seat in my riding position, it feels really tall. A bit unwieldy, so it's nice to be able to drop the post down whenever I stop. I know that's not its proper function, but it works for me. And I do use it when I'm going downhill as well. Oh, let's go and try this one. Oh, that's not going to work. It's too much soft sand. And that is one of the challenges around here. This is big horse country. And horses turn hardpack sand into soft sand in the blink of an eye. And as I said, if you were more of a hardcore mountain biker than me, you'd probably do that in your sleep. See here again, the sand is really soft. And you can see the horse hoof prints in it. So overall, am I happy with my bike? Yes, I am. It's not perfect, but it gets me places I wouldn't otherwise have gone. Mountain biking, as I've said, is hard, especially going uphill. And that's no doubt the reason that so many e-bikes are mountain bikes. Right, this is UNE Priory. On the map there's a way of getting across that bridge. I thought I would give it a try. It seems to be firmly locked gate, and No way round it. So I guess we'll just have to abandon that. That's the thing with trying to discover new routes. When you've been down there, you don't know. And when Garmin Maps, or should I say Garmin Connect, shows you a route down there, that just means somebody else has done it. Doesn't mean it's an official route. So somebody lifted their bike over the gate and took a chance of being chased by a farmer. It still shows up on the map as a route. But as I said, if you don't go and have a look, you won't know. And that's how you discover new routes. And sometimes you discover a route that's bloody marvellous and you use it over and over again. And sometimes you get there, can't get through and have to turn back. The joys of cycling. Well, and let's head for home. It's the end of our little adventure on a mountain bike today, looking for new trails.